Hey everybody, Dean Graziosi. Welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. I'm coming at you remotely from my hotel room in Dallas, Texas. A little bit colder down here, but I'm looking at the city. Incredible city. Incredible things going on here in real estate as well. Okay, really quick, something personal going on in my own life right now I wanted to share with you. A couple months ago, a friend, really dear friend of mine, gave me a book called David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell. And it sat on my nightstand, and finally last week I just said, I don't have time to read it. I'm not a great reader. I'm going to download it on iTunes. I've been listening to it, and it's totally transformational. I want everybody watching right now to go read, download, do whatever you have to do to get that information in your hands. I have no association with Malcolm. It's just that powerful of a book. And it hit me in a real personal way, not only to help me make a decision about my children, and it'll make sense if you read the book or you're going to read it, on wanting them to be more of a big fish in a little pond rather than a small fish in a big pond, about following the norm and trying to put your kid in the best school and following the path and all these things that'll make sense. So that's transformational for me because my kids are 5 and 7 and I worry about that all the time. I don't want them to live entitled or trying to follow this path. I grew up with nothing, so I had to fight and kick and punch and scrape and crawl to get here. And I'm trying to do all the things for them to have a fulfilled life. And if I make it too easy for them, I will cripple them. But on another level, they talk about dyslexia. Now, if you've heard this before, but I had dyslexia. I got diagnosed with dyslexia. I was in special reading till 10th grade. Miss Thompson, my 7th grade special ed teacher, used to call me dumb every day. She'd say, "You're such an idiot. Can't you just spell it out?" And all those things that I thought were so treacherous, which they were. I hated school. I didn't go to school because I couldn't read like everybody else. I was embarrassed. The days where you had to stand up in front of class and read, I would skip school or skip that class. Imagine that. Now I'd get up in front of tens of thousands of people around the world, right? And couldn't read. And now I have multiple New York Times bestsellers. But here's the thing, and I'm just going to make this as quick as I can. I have been using those things. The fact that I couldn't read, I was in special ed, and other things. We all have our own stuff, right? My parents were married 4 times each. I moved 20 times. We lived in a trailer park. We were broke. I was really small in school, tiniest kid in school, hands down. I used to use those things as I was successful or became successful in spite of those. When I was totally wrong, I became successful because of those things. If I wasn't dyslexic, I don't know if I would have the nerve to step outside the box, do things completely different than other people do. I learned how to comprehend and do things by watching and listening. I couldn't comprehend by reading. ADD, little ADD, dyslexia. I couldn't read and comprehend, so I could watch somebody do something and be amazing at it. Watch somebody do something in real estate and improve on it. When I was a kid, watch somebody drive a bulldozer and be able to get one on the next day like I've drove one my whole life. Watch an electrician, become an electrician when I did my apartments over. Same with plumbing and sheetrock and carpentry. My whole point is, when this relates back to you, there are things in your life that are your buts, or because I can't because, that are really, or could be, the wind behind your sail, not the anchor holding you back. And it's only because society, we measure ourselves against this so-called, these rules of society that, listen, I wasn't supposed to make it. I was in special reading. I didn't have money. I didn't go to college. I barely got out of high school. I'm not supposed to be successful and own hundreds and hundreds of houses all over the world and touch the lives of millions of people and be a multiple New York Times bestseller. Been on every TV station in the entire world. I mean, I'm so blessed. I've met so many celebrities and billionaires and all that stuff. But even better, I did all that and accomplished what I wasn't supposed to. And now I'm able to retire my parents and be a better dad and make sure my kids are okay. So this is your lesson for this week. What are the things you're using as your but, or I can't do it because? What are the things holding you back? Is it something from your childhood, something from your adolescence or young adult, or is it something right now? Could it be that you didn't come from money, or right now you're a single mom or a single dad, or you don't have money, or you don't have a lot of time, or you live in an area that's emerging so fast there's no good deals left, or you live in an area that's kind of flat. Nobody wants to buy and sell. What if I told you that all of those things, with one little tweak, could be the wind behind your sails and not the anchor holding you back when you decide? So this week, I'd love for you to write down all these things that you've maybe used as an excuse. I'm sorry to say, because not an excuse, or you're going to make it in spite of your whole entire life, and you can literally go back and transform that. What if I wasn't in special ed? What if I didn't fight for more? What if you didn't become exactly who you are to be watching this or listening to this right this very moment in history? Listen, we can reinvent ourselves. We can reinvent our past in a moment once we decide. And that's what I would love for you to do this week. So this week, here's your assignment. Go read David and Goliath or listen to it on iTunes. Also, if you're listening to me or watching me on iTunes or on YouTube, go get my newest book, 30 Days to Real Estate Cash, for free. Go to deansfreebook.com. That's deansfreebook.com. Go grab it. Read both those books. Be empowered, but also have the skills to actually get out there and crush it in today's real estate market. I'm Dean Graziosi. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I also did a special training video. Once you get the book, there'll be a video you can watch immediately. That'll give you some more opportunities to crush it in today's market. I'm Dean Graziosi. I'll talk to you next week.